Assalamu alaikum guys. Welcome you all people in the class of human computer interaction. And today we have to discuss about the usability engineering. This is your host Anwar Ali, Department of Computer Science and Information Technology, Benazir Bhutto Shahid University, Liari. Welcome you all people in the topic of HCI usability engineering. Today we go to the discuss about the attributes in the usability engineering, evolution, life cycle, user's role. So all these topics will be covered today, inshallah, and everybody should be very ready to learn. And inshallah, we'll discuss about these topics in detail. And we have to refer for these topics to the book of Professor Dr. Keith. Okay, thank you for joining in the online class. Here we have the usability engineering in chapter number 3. In this chapter, we discuss about the definition of the usability engineering. Actually, usability engineering is an iterative process to design the complete system or till the acceptance of the system by the user or organization or any kind of state. So here we have to discuss about the definition of this usability. What is the usability according to the ISO definition? The extent by the definition, ISO definition, the extent to which a product can be used by the specified users to achieve specified goals with effectiveness, efficiency, and satisfaction in a specified context of users. And there are three measurable attributes used in the 1998 ISO definition, which are effectiveness, efficiency, and satisfaction. Later on, some other attributes are also added by other scientists of the HCI. In Nielsen defines usability in the context of overall system acceptability. So by this author, Dr. Professor Keith, mentioned 6 attributes in the combining the 3 ISO attributes and with Nielsen's 5 usability attributes, leading to the following 6 attributes. In this figure, we have a total overall systems acceptance, in which social acceptance, and practical acceptance. In the practical acceptance, we have usefulness, cost, compatibility, and reliability. Whereas in the usefulness, we have utility and usability. We have today discuss about the usability. So about the usability, we have 6 attributes to be focused for when we designing any system or improving any system. These 6 attributes have some explanation described this way. For the effectiveness, we discuss about the completeness with which the users achieve their goal. This is the effectiveness. When we complete the design and we get complete goal after designing the system, it is the effectiveness of any system. When we talked about the learnability, ease of learning for novice users. Here we have when we use easily the system, it is the learnability without any training. Efficiency, steady state performance of experts. When experts give argument well system, our experts' opinion are in positive way, that is the efficiency of the system. In memorability, ease of using system intermittently for casual users. When casual users easily memorize the whole system functions without any difficulties. That's the memorability of the function, memorable attribute of the system. Whereas here we have uh, uh, error rate of minor and catastrophic errors. So there are two major classification of errors, which is one of them is minor and catastrophic. If we discuss about the minor, it is very small in some kind of uh, little errors or mistakes uh, faced by the designers. And when catastrophic errors, we discuss the whole design or system failed to achieve any target, a big mistake or blunders in the designing. So in the satisfaction, how satisfying the system is to use, user's point of view. When user fully satisfied from the functionality of this target or goal of the target achieved by implementation. So this is the satisfaction by the user. So these are the 6 attributes we have to discuss in details. Uh, these attributes can be measured through some methods so that we analyze the system is about the system how it is. In the measuring usability attributes, effectiveness can be measured through some functionalities tested by the user, such as decide on definition of success. For example, number of substitution words spotted in a text or binary measure of success order completed or not. If we have some set tasks shall be completed by the user, it is the effectiveness. If in the Excel we can do the all database functionalities, so we say this is a basic database. Although we cannot some we have limitations in the Excel system as compared to other database systems. So this is the effectiveness of the at least achieved by the system. In the learnability, pick novice users of system, mere time to perform certain tasks, distinguish between know some general purpose experiences. Uh, we this can be achieved by the help of novice users test. So the getting the feedback from the novice user about the functionalities, about all the utilities of the programs. If a novice user perform well without any difficulties or some difficulties, that means that the learnability is on the high rate. So novice user can learn without any difficulties. So novice user here is the key person, give feedback about the learnability through which we can measure the system efficiency. Decide definition of expertise, get sample expert users mere time to perform typical tasks. If any difficult task related to the domain can be achieved by the expert user within due time, that means the system is very efficient, can solve every problem without any delay. So this is the efficiency. Memorability gets sample casual users away from system for certain time, mere time to perform typical tasks. That is the memorability. When we have some casual users, they sometimes away from the systems, and we can get the again when we giving them the task to complete, here they will achieve the task within the due time. So this is the memorability can be achieved from this process. And the errors count minor and cut-off errors made by the user while performing some specified task. First one, number of deviations from optical click path. So these errors are also helpful to improve the system when we are designing, and minor and we are differentiating from the minor and major catastrophic errors by the users. This is relating to the users. Minor and catastrophic errors are the part of the users while performing some specified task. So here we must keep in mind that these errors in the usability attributes are relating to the users performing any target or task uh, during the process. So we have two major classes. Satisfaction asks users subjective opinion questionnaire after trying system for real time. Here we have the subjective question, open question level to ask from the users, all kind of users from uh, all classified users, so that we can get the opinion about the task achieved or goal achieved by implementation of the system. Here guys, usability evolution have the four major evolution uh, classifications or divisions to complete the process. In the processing, we have four evolution uh, classifications. In the first, we have exploratory. How is it or will it be used? So this is exploration or creation. We are just exploring the something to, or develop something and set a target to be achieved. In the predictive estimating how good it will be, we are assuming and think about the result of the any design that it will be very good. However, we don't know actual results. In the formative sense, how can it be made better? What will be methods or rules or any kind of things to improve the quality of the design for the process required to complete the design. So formative is a formal way out to complete the design to improve or get the goal. And summative, how good is it? In summation, after the completion of the design, it is when we conclude the design, it will give us how it is. It is good design or bad design or best design, and this is when we implement. We can get after the implementation. So here we have the exploratory evolution. We discuss about the exploratory evolution. In the exploration explores current usage and potential design space for new designs. So done before interface development, one thing we can analyze or discuss the conceptual modeling of the design, learn which software is used, how often, and what for. Assessment is done before the start of the design. Collect usage data, statistical summaries, observation of usage. We must have the study about the system, whether it is uh, beneficiary, beneficial, good, or effective or not. So this is all about the exploratory evolution. In the predictive evolution, estimates the overall quality of an interface, like summative evolution, but a prediction made in advance. In the summation, we have some little difference in the summation and predictive evolution. In the predictive evolution, we made in the advance about the design. Done once a design has been done, but before implementation proceed, we have uh, at least near to implementation design, almost complete. And now we predict that this design or system or application will be very popular among the youngs, or very productive for the any user. So this is the prediction we assumes about the design before implementation. Look here, we have before implementation in the prediction. In the formative evolution, inform the design process and helps improve an interface during design. In the formation, we done during interface development. During interface development, learn why something went wrong, not just that it went wrong. We must have to dig out the things when things going wrong. Collect process data, qualitative qualitative observations for what happened and why. So in the formation, we have the qualitative observations, counting methods to measure the perception of the any user about the design, why and what happened. So these two questions asked from the user about the design. And the summative evolution assesses the overall quality of interface. When interface is complete, application is complete, or design is complete, done once an interface is more or less than finished, either compare an alternative design or test definitive performance requirements. So either we are thinking about the alternative design, or we are testing the uh, performance of the application or design or system. Collect bottom line data, quantitative measurement of performance. How long did users take? Were they successful? How many users did they make? So in the bottom line data, we have the quantitative measurement of performance. We measure the performance through the quantitative, getting information from the user with these two questions. How long did users take? Number one. Were they successful? How many errors did they make? So these two questions are relating to the end users about the performance of the after the implementation of the design in summative evolution. Here we have the example of to understand that these four uh, evolution methods in the designing phase. When the cook tests other cooks soups, that is exploratory. Every cook have their own methodology, design, and concepts, methodology, conceptual models about the soup. So when one expert testing others product, it is exploration. Nobody knows about the result come out, whether it shall be good or bad. And when the cook assesses a certain recipe, that's a predictor. Assess a certain recipe, that's a predictor. When a cook assesses a certain recipe, different kind of recipe methods assesses, it's a prediction that this will be very good, this shall not be good. So this is the prediction. And when the cook tests the soup while making it, that's a formative. When uh, any designer is making design and testing by the methods, it's a formation. When the guest our food critics taste the soup, there's a summation. So in the last summation, we conclude the design and finalize before implementation. We are assessing the for summarizing the results by mirroring through the user's opinion. Usability evaluation methods have two major classifications. One, how we differentiate between them is one is usability inspection methods and one is the other is usability testing methods. In the usability inspection method, inspection of interface designed by usability specialists using heuristic and judgment, not test users. So this is a major difference between the inspection and testing. Inspection carried out by the expert specialist, and whereas the testing methods of the user can be tested by the empirical testing for interface designing with real users. So this is the difference between the two methods. The usability engineering life cycle. Here we have the components included in the life cycle of usability engineering. First of all, we know the user, then usability benchmarking, goal-oriented interaction design. Interactive design, we have prototyping and formative usability evaluation, inspection, and art testing. In the summative usability evaluation, after that, we follow up the studies, feedbacks, and users commits. This is all is the life cycle of the usability engineering. We discuss every aspect of the life cycle. One is the know the user. Uh, in qualitative research, observations of users and interviews. We have qualitative research methods to get the opinion of the users through observation and interview. And the classify users according to their characters. So the classification of users made through the parameter of characteristics of the user. Drop a user's profile for each potential class of user based on the behavioral and demographic variables. So in the each user's division, we have two variables, behavior and demographic variables can be classified in the user profile. Identify user skills and attitudes. Each class of user have their own goals and attitudes differently, so can be identified separately. Here in the diagram, we easily understand about the evolution methods and their way and techniques used in the collection of data. In the exploratory, it can be before of the design or after the release. Before design or after release, both way we can exploratory methods applied to test the design through the diary study, software logging, observational study. So these are the measurements to take the exploratory uh, analysis of the any system of design. Here in the product, we have two measures: action and analysis after design, before implementation. And in the formative sense uh, of the designing, the usability engineering, we have during implementation in the heuristic evolution, guideline checking, thinking aloud, cognitive walkthrough. Guideline given by the organization are set by the users before implementation and before going to the designing. In the heuristic evaluation, we have some limitations, rules, and regulations which have some uh, limitations for the completion of the target or task. In cognitive walkthrough, we go through the all aspects, uh, environments of the completion of the target. our environment. Thinking aloud, we have interactive assessment when we are making formative evolution uh, by users guideline or organization guideline and rules and regulation. So during implementation, we have a lot of iterative processes carried out to complete the formation method. In the summative guideline scoring, how much set guidelines achieved, and questionnaires, uh, surveys carried out, formal experiment, passed on, A/B testing. These are the three main techniques used to get the analysis of the submission. Summative methods after completion of the design. When designer complete the design and now ready to implementations, before implementation we have the summative process of evolution through these guidelines, these measures, these components uh, to check the system results. In this inspection, we have methods. In the testing, we have that testing. We have two methods applied in the for the special experts. We take the inspection, and from the users are real users, we are testing the results. This is another design of diagram of the process of evolution. First, we have to carry out the exploratory evolution analysis about the any system or design. Then we have to uh, study the characters role player in the organization or design, and we are understanding their behavior and the requirements and needs. After that, we have the usability benchmarking. Somewhere we have prototyping available to check out the uh, functionalities of the system. Goal-oriented interaction design, goal-oriented interaction design uh, have been processed. After that, predictive evolution carried out. We assume that this design, uh, this concept, this goal, conceptual model is very good and very beneficial for the users. After that, we have iterative design process started in which we are formative evolution and prototyping. We are comparing the formative evolution with the prototyping, previous experience models available for to take out the new formation or design. We are comparing here after the summative evolution takes place to complete the process of designing of any product, and after the implementation we have the follow-up studies. When we implement this design, we must keep follow up the study to improve the design as soon as much as possible. In the usability benchmarking, here we have the explorative design. We have analyzed workflow and context of work. Exploratory evolution, which software is used, how is it used, and what is it used for. This is exploration. We know about some applications. We are, for example, new applications, and how is it used. We have to answer this question. Uh, which software, how is it used, and what is it used for. So these three questions answered are researched in the evolution, exploratory evolution. Drop a set of typical user scenarios. So this is done in the chapter number 4. And in the usability benchmarking in the chapter number 5, we discuss it detail. introduction design in the chapter number 6, initial design, and in the design test design. Iterative design, we have design test design in the chapter number 7. In building prototypes, we discuss in the chapter number 7, and follow-up studies after that. In the inspection methods, chapter number 8, testing methods in chapter number 9, and follow-up studies in the chapter after that, in chapter number 10. Planning usability engineering also will be learned in this session. Okay, thank you very much for joining the class. Today we have learned about the usability engineering and their attributes and their uh, important notes about that. And, through this, after the learning this, we are capable to carry out the technical methods to measure the user's opinion, how we measure the user's opinion by using these methods for designing or producing any improving any system. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz. This is your host Anoli. We'll meet again in the live session, inshallah. Till then, Khuda Hafiz.